All right, in homework 11.3, we're looking at polynomial behavior. We're seeing what can we see just from the standard form of a polynomial. I'll do a couple of these here. We're going to state the name of the polynomial, the possible number of terms, all the possible numbers of x-intercepts, the y-intercept, and describe the end behavior. I'll do one of these. Let's do number 6. The first thing is this is a quartic because its leading coefficient is x to the fourth. So, and if we want to be more specific, we could say this is a quartic, and because it has 3 terms, it's a trinomial. So it's a quartic trinomial. If you said quartic, I would give you full credit for this. It's the name of the polynomial. The possible number of terms, well, since it's a quartic, the end behavior has to be the same direction, so it can turn 1 time, or it could turn 3 times, but it can't turn an even number of times. It can turn 1 time or 3 times. Can't turn 5 times because it's only a degree 4, so it's the odd numbers less than that. C, the possible numbers of x-intercepts, well, depending on where it crosses, it could hit 1 time. It could hit 2 times. It could hit 0 times because it could just turn straight around. It could look something like this. So it could be 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 4. It can hit up to 4 times because it is a quartic. So D, we want to say the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the constant, which is -4. So 0, -4 is the y-intercept. And E, we want to describe the end behavior. So because it has this negative coefficient, and it's a quartic, all even polynomials have ends facing in the same direction, and because there's a negative leading coefficient, both those ends face down. The way we say that using limits is we say the limit as x approaches negative infinity of f of x is equal to, so as x goes to the left, the y value goes down. So it goes to negative infinity. And the limit as x goes to positive infinity, as x goes to the right, the y value also goes down. So the limit of f of x is negative infinity. All right, hopefully that's helpful. Let's go to the back. Boy, I don't want to do these for you. I feel like they're just giving away some really good problems, but I'll do one. It's a I'll do 11. F of x has 4 zeros and 3 terms. We're going to write an equation. So if it has 3 terms, it must be even coefficient. 4 zeros, it has to have at least degree 4. And the limit as x goes to negative infinity is negative infinity, and as x goes to infinity is negative infinity. Both ends are pointing down. So down as you go, as x goes to the left, y goes down. As x goes to the right, y goes down. So this graph is going to look something like this. It has to have 4 zeros, 3 turns, looks something like this. So it's, it said f of x. I'll write f of x equals, it's got to be negative x to the fourth, I don't know, plus 3x cubed plus 2, something like that. It doesn't really matter. I guess mine, I should put -2 because my y-intercept was a negative number. And that's all we need to do on this. All right. I guess I'll help with this last one. These true-false ones I think are 2 good puzzles, so you guys really want to think about them and come up with why it's true or false. I don't want to spoil those for you. Number 18, though, we want to state the degree and whether the leading coefficient is positive or negative. So let's see. Both the ends are pointing in the same direction, so it's got to be even. And they're both pointing down, so the leading coefficient is negative. And it's got to be y equals, let's see, write a possible function. Y equals, it's negative. Could be anything that's even. It has to have at least, it's got 1, 2, 3 terms, so it has to have at least x to the fourth, but I'm going to put x to the sixth, because that could also be true. X to the sixth plus 4x to the fourth plus 3x cubed minus 2x, and then the y-intercept is 2, so I'm going to put plus 2 at the end to at least make it be a positive function. So state the degree. I'm going to say degree 6, but 4 would have also been okay, so would 8, so would 10. It just has to be at least degree 4 because it had 3 turns. All right, I hope that's helpful. Good luck on the rest of your homework.